We shot a bull on that trip, and it was a 7-mile pack out, one way, 2,500 foot of elevation gain and loss, and then had to go back in the next day and get the rest of it. And even though it was the first sample, it's like, holy crap, this thing is like undeniably better than what I've been using before.
I'm Casey Richmond. I'm the director of brand strategy here at Eberlestock. I do help out a lot with the design team on the product development side.
My name is Jackson Reed. I'm the director of customer experience here, so just kind of have my hands in everything that's customer facing. I love getting involved in the product testing, and that is sort of part of my undescribed, unwritten role here. A lot of times we get to go out and test product, give feedback to the design team. Today we get to talk to you a little bit about some of that feedback and some of that process that went into making the Modframe.
So yeah, we tested, I guess, over 2 seasons, the Modframe, right? Prototypes. 2 seasons ago, you had it out on your big elk hunt.
Definitely like the first legit, like kind of extended trip that someone ever did with it, and really was a good trip to put it through the ringer, you know, classic backpack style hunt, 4 or 5 days. So yeah, one thing right away I noticed throughout that whole trip was just the overall comfort of it. The whole trip, obviously going in, you have somewhat of a heavy load, you know, 30, 40 pounds on your back. And then that trip, I actually bent the frame slightly. We got back and it was just a little cockeyed when you looked down at it. We shot a bull on that trip, and it was a 7-mile pack out, one way, 2,500 foot of elevation gain and loss, and then had to go back in the next day and get the rest of it. Those heads and capes can end up weighing quite a bit.
They're kind of awkward.
It's kind of awkward, you know, the weight's kind of out off to the side sometimes with the antlers and stuff. So, and even though it was the first sample, it's like, holy crap, this thing is like undeniably better than what I've been using before. Even though what I had been using before was exceptional.
Yeah. So I didn't really use it on the Modframe on a legit hunt, like a backcountry hunt, until after they had redesigned the frame after you had, bent it. So.
Yep. We had 17 miles of packing out meat in one day.
Yeah.
And you had this frame on the whole time.
Yeah, the whole day. It was, by the end of the day, I felt better than I did at the beginning.
Anybody knows the feeling of getting back to the truck after just packing part of an elk out for, some people might say a couple miles, really do them in. So again, 17 miles.
With camp and camera gear too. It wasn't like, one of the loads especially was heavy. And the frame held up great. I think I also didn't make any adjustments throughout the day. Like nothing slid, nothing adjusted on its own. It was just solid the whole day.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, we had all those creek crossings too, where we were trying to jump or run across.
Bushwhacking in the dark with a headlamp. It was pretty brutal. I felt stronger at the end of the day than I thought I would. I was feeling good. I got, the pack was just great. It was, we were cruising there at the end.
Yep.
There were probably 11 successful elk hunts that I used that on, but then a bunch of deer hunts, a bison hunt. There were a couple little things, especially with the Brooks packs, that we might have tweaked during the season, just based off of different strap placement.
I know for sure the lid placement on the mod frames, that was a big one.
Yep.
Again, and especially
adding the loops at the bottom.
Loops at the bottom for going in when you don't really have a full pack or without even the pack on there. But
yeah, these 2 webbing loops.
Yep.
By that point, it was more just confirming a lot of things that were going to work okay.
Yeah, Jay added these to kind of keep the load a little more stable on the bottom. One thing I noticed right away on the hunt, especially as you're carrying a load around, the comfort of these straps and the way it fits your shoulder and neck area. A lot of times, especially early season, you're wearing pretty light layers, maybe it's just a merino tee and you don't have a collar or something protecting your neck area. And just the comfort and the softness of these shoulder pads.
Yeah, even the details of rolling over this nice mesh right here against your neck.
Yeah,
super comfortable.
And if you're familiar with our old shoulder straps, you'll remember there's it comes to kind of a pinch point.
Seam.
There's a seam there that runs along your neck, and it's not a big deal most of the time, but if you do get weight on there, you can feel it.
Another thing too with the sternum strap, just it's been a thing of mine for a long time, and I'm glad we've made the adjustments. So some of Glenn's old packs had this style sternum strap where you actually have a piece of webbing loop all the way around the shoulder harness.
Yep.
Instead of basically a field repair style buckle that just clips onto this webbing loop, which is how most of our competitors even run it.
Yep.
When you have a weird, awkward, heavy load, there's chance that could come unclipped, and I'm not the only one who had that happen.
Yeah, it happens all the time.
That was one of my things that I was like, please go back to this style where the sternum strap loops all the way around the shoulder harness, and that's been solid.
Huge.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that we had just been mentioning throughout the years with the mainframe that were like, ooh, in a perfect world, the frame would have this or that, and I think Nate had a pretty good idea of what we wanted. The silicone material here on the lumbar pad, that was another thing that they were kind of looking at, how much silicone to put on there and make sure that the silicone material actually held up. I like made it a point to take my prototype frame every single time, because I'm like, if there's any little thing that we see starts breaking down, and just, you know, during a long season, which one of our seasons might be 10 years worth of hunting for most people, right? But the material, the silicone material held up. I mean, out in the sun and in the snow. I mean, we really did put it through the grinder. I think for people that have run the mainframe, because I mean, there's tens of thousands out there, right, that own it. When they see this frame and pick it up and try it on, there's like you said, noticeable differences and improvements to this that they're gonna notice right away. I think the hip belt and padding and just overall comfort is gonna be the main one. We were just at the Total Archery Challenge this past weekend in Utah, where we got to meet a bunch of people that have bought mainframes over the years that have been running it. And they had the chance to try on the Modframe in person, and we got to see, you know, live time their reaction to it. And I think everyone was kind of blown away at how comfortable it is and how much we actually changed. Because the mainframe isn't a bad pack at all. But I mean, if you look at this suspension system, it's completely new to it.
I think some other main differences that customers are gonna notice right away, the load lifters, the lumbar pad, the shoulder harness, the overall suspension system for padding on the front. But then here, like on the actual carrying, hauling side of the pack, there's not the 90-degree meat shelf there anymore. It's an awesome way. It's a very traditional way to pack out meat. The only downfall with it, especially if you have deboned meat or things that are gonna shift around a little more during a pack out, gravity is just gonna take effect, and with that set shelf there, things are just gonna rest, unfortunately, in awkward spots that are gonna be tougher on your body. So that's the beauty of this new shelf or load panel, if you will, is that it's customizable to wherever's comfortable for you. So you can drop it down, you can raise it up. There's sort of a seam on the back of the frame here that you can see. I would like to say that's a great point of reference. Like, you don't want your load resting any lower than that. Have that load just a little bit up off your butt. Another nice thing is, like Casey was saying, with the old mainframes, they came with the 3 compression straps, but once you got meat on there, if you couldn't just use those 3 compression straps to go over your meat, because then you'd need those buckles to attach your vapor or whatever else is going over the top. So the beauty here is, even without these compression straps, just like that come on the mainframe, you've actually got 2 compression straps that are built in to the frame right here, these 2 20mm straps. So you put a load of meat on there, you can get it really secure just with those 2 straps and the load panel before you even start attaching your other stuff, which is just gonna make it extra secure.
Yeah, for most things, you're actually not gonna need the 3 compression straps. We include them just to have the option and the versatility of it. I love the female buckles here. They're like a field repair style, but super strong. I mean, we've tested this thing with hundreds and hundreds of pounds on a single female buckle right there. The nice thing about it is you can, like he just did, unclip it, and we have multiple webbing loops, so you can really customize also where you have the pack secured on top of it.
Yeah, because depending on where you have this adjusted to, you might want to have a strap going across, you know, a little bit higher up on the shank of your quarter or whatever, so.
Yeah, the auto locking buckles are also a huge plus. I think anyone who's secured a buckle around like a tripod or a spotting scope, if it's not auto locking, a lot of times it'll have a tendency to slip. And so we got around that before because we include Velcro on our compression straps. So if you were to Velcro it all the way up to where the buckle is, the male buckle, it wouldn't be able to slip past that where it's rolled up to. But now, I mean, you can have this completely unstrapped, and this thing's not going anywhere unless you pull the tab.
You can use this frame in just an E-mod lid, and like, you've got a dialed setup for just going in to pack out meat, especially because of now how the lid can compress so well on here.
We still have the molly, the laser cut molly now, kind of like the mainframe, I guess, but it's fit exactly for the products that you have there, whether it's a scabbard or some sort of pouch.
Same with the hip belts.
Yeah. I'm excited for people to see it, to try it. I'm really excited to see the feedback after people actually take it out on hunts this season, and people are gonna be happy, but I'm excited to see like what experiences they have with it.
Exactly.
I think another great thing about the Modframe is we didn't, shy away from the E-Mod system. Tons of packs, pouches that have come out for the E-Mod system over the years that either work with the zippers or the buckles or both. We can still use all of those products with the Modframe. So I'm a big fan of the bat wings for certain hunts. The bat wings, obviously will work great with this. The vapor.
Basin, dry bags.
Yeah, so there's a lot of people out there that have invested in our E-Mod system, and they can just, upgrade their frame and keep everything else the same. We had the chance to go, with Ty to go get a bison on a 1 million acre ranch. That was like an opportunity for us that we saw to really load this thing up. I even loaded the whole bison head, like fur on, and the cape. We're trying to really just break this thing. As soon as you like kind of buckle all that weight and it's like riding on your hips and stuff, it's crazy how, I don't know, it can just handle weights that you never thought you'd be able to carry.
Now that we're talking about it, one of the like small adjustments I remember making, which I'm sure came in handy on your guys' Buffalo, I think there might've been like this much strap, but I was thinking in my head, I was like, dang, there's gonna be guys that wanna push the limits. Again, small thing, but those little details of 2 full seasons of really getting out there and testing them. I mean, we were able to really dial in just the littlest, finest details of like, what's gonna make it better.
I mean, there are very skilled and experienced designers that have like very extensive backgrounds and in that world. And
they're so excited when they get in a sample to come down and be like, hey, are you going out this weekend? Like,
they're excited for the feedback. I think they've really done an amazing job listening to the feedback.
I truly don't think that like there's anything negative to say about this frame, so I can't wait to hear what everyone has to say when they do get them. I think it's gonna be a new Eberlestock in a way. I mean, it still looks like us. It has our same rugged, durable features.
It's a huge step in the direction that we're going on the hunt side of our business. I mean, we have a ton of other product launches on the hunt side here in the next year, so this is just the beginning. It's our biggest, I think, hunting launch of anything we've ever done.
Yeah, it's exactly. I mean, all these features here just speak to all the innovation we've been doing over the last 2 years. Like, a lot of customers are gonna be used to our old 2 sizes, right? A tall frame and a regular frame, and it honestly got pretty confusing. The beauty with this frame, it literally fits anybody. I mean, we have tried it on all shapes and sizes. I mean, people 5 foot, people 6'7". Seriously, I mean, this is completely customizable to you. Like, you can adjust it to the finest centimeter if you really want to.
Yeah, and we will have longer shoulder harness and hip belt too.
If you guys have any questions at all, please reach out to the customer service team. We're trying to, obviously if there is anything we notice, we want to jump on it right away. If there's something we could make you a video on, we would love to make you a custom Gear Pro video.
Have fun getting out there with the Modframe.
Get out there.